Basically, we're going to model G+4 building in the Tekla. So we had done this model previously also, but we have some changes in the column positioning, and as per that we'll make the model. So let's start. And the loadings also, as per the requirements we had taken here already. These are the loadings which are going to consider for the live loads and the floor loads. So G+4, 9 feet 6 inch height, double AC block used, existing building of G+1, and some extension. So let's do that. So first of all, new file in the Tekla Structural Designer software, and as we always do, DXF file is ready, the beam column plan. So next, go to model and go to construction levels and make the levels here. I'll insert the foundation level. Let's assume foundation level of 1.2 meters. Let's assume this as our plinth level, and then insert one more floor above it. Let's do this as SSL and give the spacing as, let's say, 3, not 3.2. Here we have the spacing here. Spacing between two floors is 2.9 meter, 10 feet 6 inch. So we'll take 2.9 meter here, and SSL, structural slab level, slab thickness, let's assume 100 mm. So this is the G. So now let's go G+1, G+2, G+3, G+4. Levels are done, and after we have done all the levels, and let's move to the next thing, that is importing. So we'll go to the structure base here, and then we'll import the grids. First we'll import the center line, and the unit will be mm, and bilayer, and select all the levels in which we want to import the center line, and then click on finish. And after that, I can just click on this and change the color to black so that it becomes visible. And okay, I hope that's as a different center line. I'll just select the proper center. So this was the center line. Okay, open, and center line, unit mm, and click on next. Click on bilayer and select all the layers here, and after that just click on finish. And after clicking on finish, just as you can see here, you can zoom it here, and after that select this and make the color as black. So after making the color as black, we'll just select this, import DXF, and center line for Tekla, open, and after that just untick the center line shadow and again mm, and then finish. And after that, as you can see, this is the center line which has been imported. We had modified, as you can see in the previous video, as you see, these columns were not there. It was very much uneconomical, so I decided that we should go for some more columns to make the structure more economical. So that's why we're making this structure once again. For the previous video links, I'll give in the description. You can watch the previous videos also. Okay, so now, and the previous video also includes how to make this beam column plan in the AutoCAD, so you can also go through and watch that using the links which has been given in the description. So now for the columns, we'll just select the columns here, and we'll start making our columns here. So basically I'm going with FE 500 columns, and this particular column I'll try to keep this size, this one, as your 250, and this particular size as, let's keep 450 cross 250, like this. I want to keep this size, and clicking on OK, and after that the automatic alignment, I'll just search for the automatic alignment and turn it off. Where is it? Yeah, this one is automatic alignment. Turn it off and save this as what this size, C 450 cross 250. Let's see, this is the size which I want to give here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here also 5, 6, 7, 8, and here also 9, 10. And after that we have these columns in the back, so I want to give this orientation of these columns also. So 1, now this 2, 3, 4 5. And for now let's give this orientation. This is different orientation to this, so let's give this 250 into 450. Okay, 250 into 450, and I'll even name this. Okay, and save this. C 250 cross 450. I'm just naming this, and after that 1 2. So as you can see, all these columns are there. Now once all these columns are done, count all these columns: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and then 12. You can see here these are the columns which you have. Now we'll just open the DXF file and we'll check that also, DWG file, and check the positions. Also I'll just show you the file which is present here. So these are the column positions. So I hope I have inserted all the columns properly. Now once I have done this and checked the columns positions also, and after that I will just place my beams. So this is my plinth level. So this inside this I won't place any beams here, because up to this G, that is up to the 2 levels, I'll not place any beams inside, only the exterior beams I'll place. And when it will go above this, it will place our beams, because as you can see here, this portion, as you can see, this portion is already existing up to G+1. So I'll not place any beams inside this up to G+1 height. Okay, so taking the beams, let's take a normal beam of 250 into let's say 350. This is the plinth beam I'm talking about, so I don't think large sizes will be required. So I'm taking normal size, and secondary beams 1 2 and then 1 2 1 2 1 2. Here how can I give this? Think I can give 1 2 1 2 1 2 and 1 2. Secondary beams, any other secondary beams required? I don't think so. Rather, as the this is the existing building position, so there won't be any secondary beams, and all these are okay. There is one secondary beam here because this is not the same line. 1 2. Now we are talking. Now I think all these remaining are the primary beams. So let's look for any member collision. Just click on this validate. Yes, you can see, I think this member has some collision issue. I'll just select this dot. So like this, I think just double click on the dot. I think it will solve the issue. Yeah, it is solved. Only member unsupported warning will be there, as you can see, because we have not put all the beams, so that will be solved. So no member collision error is there. We are good to go. Now let's only define the support condition. Double click and go to your releases. End 1 left is fixed, end 2 is pinned. Make it pinned. Okay. As I say in every video, that is the orientation is from left to right. And one when you go from left to right, the end 1 is left and end 2 is right. When you go from bottom to top, and then end 1 is your bottom and end 2 is top. So here the end 1 is this one, end 2 is this one. So like this it goes. So you can also figure out both the ends there is no column, so simply it will be pinned, pinned, pinned. This one similarly, both the ends we don't have any columns, that will be pinned. Releases, pinned and pinned. Okay, this one no columns, releases, come on, pinned Okay, just releases span 1 also. Okay, span 1 also pinned. Okay, this also both under pinned, no column connection. This one, pinned. This one also pinned and pinned. This one also. Okay, this one let me check. Okay, no column connection, pinned. It will be. Now this one also will be pinned. So this, all these are pinned. So after all these are pinned, now we can go and do the remaining things. Main beams. So select the main beams here, and I will go with the, let's say, the size. Okay, I have not defined the size. Okay, so let me define the size as 250 into 400 for the plain beams, FE 500, and after clicking on FE 500, just click on save. B, now just a B 250 cross 400, click on OK. Now the main beams, so these are the outer beams, so these can be joined easily, and these are the main beams, these need to be joined. Main beams here need to be joined, and here also the main beams need to be joined. We will take care of member collisions later. And here also these two main beams, and these two main beams, and these two main beams, and these two main beams should be joined, and these. Okay, I'll go by the conventional way here, single click, conventional way, and here like this, let's see. Yeah, these should be joined. And now, okay, I don't think there should be any member collision issue. There can be. Okay, now there shouldn't be any member collision issue. Okay, now let's validate the model. Yeah, perfect in validation. So this is my plinth level beam up to this portion. And now look in the structure 3D. My plinth level is ready. So can we go to the next level? I think it will be the same. Next level, that is my G. Now that is my G. So I'm going here to 1 and copying my base here. Okay. So this is my G, which is done carefully, and making it back to unique. And here in this particular level, I can insert some slabs in the portion. Go to 1 in the new building portion. This portion I can insert some slabs. I'm just showing you. Go to model, slab on beams. I can insert some slabs here. I'm just putting the slabs for the self weight. I don't want to design the slabs in this software, so I'm putting it only. We have the staircase portion here, so we'll avoid that, and we'll have the lift portion, we'll avoid that. And in this portion we won't provide any slab here. We'll provide it. We'll provide the slab when you'll go above the level of the this G+1. That is in the next level we can provide this slab. So this is the structure like this. Only the new portion, as you can see, the staircase will come directly. You see the plan also. A staircase can come up here. It can come directly from here and go. So only this portion has been done. And in the next floor, we can insert the beams for the G+1 level also, because the existing building, the level will be above the existing building portion. So we can very much do that. So go to construction levels and go to this 2 and make this source as 1. Okay, and go to construction levels quickly and make this as unique. Now we'll go to 2 and create our internal things, whatever we want. First of all, we'll have a slab here because we can have a slab here now. This is lift portion, no slab, staircase portion, no slab. So now let's go for some internal beams. Internal beams here. Now import DXF and center line for Tekla. Importing the DXF here and node 1 the center line shadow, and finish zooming in. Now let's create some beams, internal beams, and let's take the size 400. Okay, 400 beams, internal beams will go here, and these internal beams, there are many internal beams actually. So we'll see the plan here. As you can see, this is the plan. So as per this plan, we are making the beam column plans. So one beam like this and another one like this. There is no column here, hope. Okay. Another one can go like this, like can start from here. The remaining things, you can take the beams here. Take this beam, and let's see what more can be done. From here, I think we can give a beam like this, and from here I can give a beam like this, and here I want a full beam. We'll give it later. And from here to here I can give a beam, and from here to here I can give a beam, and from there is a column here, so it will be easy to give a beam up to this, and have a beam here, have another beam here, have have a beam here, have a beam here, and we'll have one beam. Okay, so this one, I think we have to delete this, and beam, and select the beam, and select this beam, select this beam here like this, and time for the main beam, I think. And before giving the main beam, we can define the support conditions of the all the secondary beams. So that's very important, defining the support conditions for the secondary beams. So let's define the support condition for the secondary beams. Click on escape. Here we don't have any columns here, so releases pinned, make this pinned quickly, and this one let's finish from one end, pinned. You will also go here, your pinned. Here also will go pinned. Okay, now this one is also, we are not having any column here obviously, so pinned and pinned. So we'll have a beam here. So this one is not required actually, because we'll have a all through beam here, so this one is not required. Main beam here will have this one. We are having a beam column on the right side, so N2 will be fixed, releases, and one pinned, N2 fixed, and this one both and pinned, and this one also both and pinned. And this one Now this one is done. I think all the remaining things are done. This one, have I done this? No. Let me complete this. For this one also let me complete. Only this small one is remaining. So after I have done this, let me just select the beam. I'll go with a size of, let's say 500 here, and after that I'll just join this, join this, join this. Now let's check the issues of intersection. Okay, I'm just double clicking on the points, and this one. Okay, hope we have done this. So look at it, validate it and check any member intersection will solve this. Okay, only one we have. Okay, okay, in fact two. Which member? Let's see. Okay, this one we're having. Now we might not be having, let's see. Okay, now we don't have any intersection problem. Which member may not be supported? Let's see. This one. Okay, I think we have overdone this a bit. Okay, just click on the structure option, escape this, and do it up to this thing, and then validate it once again. Which one is unsupported? This one. There should be some mistake here. Now let's see. Now it's good. So we are all good here. As you can see, the model has been made, and now let's insert some slabs only for the weight. This we have putting the slabs. One-way slab cannot be designed anyway, and two-way slabs are not designed economically. If you want to design yet, we have a video in our playlist. You can search that, how to design slabs economically in Tekla Structural Designer. We made a video. You can watch that. So now in this particular G+, this is G+1 level. This is actually the first floor slab. So first floor slab will come, and we have made the arrangement here. And as you can see here, the model is complete, and now we can simply copy this to other levels easily. So go to model, and after that go to construction levels. You can copy this 3, you can make this 2, this one also you can make this 2, this one also you can make this 2. Okay, and this will be copied, and after this is copied, and just click on validate option, validated, model validated, model made actually. And after that let's put some basic loads, and we'll see what are the effects. Let's quickly do this plinth level, and going to this, and plinth level going for the dead loads, loading, and full UDL, and 6 for your main. This WC block we're using 6 for the outer loads, outer wall loads, staircase, So after this, let's give this 3 for the internal ones. Turn on the dead load. Now go to structure 1 and then similarly we'll open the dead load here, full UDL here, 6 here, and then just give the loading here. We won't have any loading in this portion, only for the self weight, so no need to do this. Staircase all applied, lift all applied. Then go for 3. After that, go to imposed loads, level load 4 kilonewton per meter square. Apply this. Now go to the next level, structure 2, dead load first, full UDL, and after clicking the full UDL, you'll just go for your 6 first. After 6, let's go to 3. Select the imposed load, level load of 4. So it was similar applied, so I'll just go to model, construction levels, and make this as unique. Go to the top level, do need to do some changes. Delete the loading because we'll only apply the load for the parapet wall here. Select the entire thing and delete this. Only select the loads here. Okay. Now we're good. Now let's apply the loadings. And for the loadings, we'll simply go to the load and turn on the dead load, full UDL. 6 will apply first for the lift and the staircase. Now we'll apply 1.21 for your 10-inch wall load, and 10-inch wall parapet wall load of 1 meter, 1.21. So after this is done, hope the imposed load is applied anyway. Okay. Now we are done with this. Now the model is not square, but let's try and apply some wind panels if this works. Let's see. We'll go to model and we'll have this wall panel, and let's see, select this panel here and this column here, select and then select this. If this doesn't work, then we will not apply it now. Let's see it works or not. Last one side remaining. And after this we'll validate the model. Go to load. Firstly I'll apply the seismic load. Code spectra. Plinth level is my base here. Zone is zone 3. Importance factor is 1. Moment resisting frame, reinforced concrete moment resisting frame, moment frame system. Taking all the loads combinations for the dead and live load. Then we'll work on the combinations for the seismic load operating. Limit state combination selected. Next, finish. Wind wizard. Not consider topography. The basic wind speed 50. And phase distance basic is 5 meters here. Next, finish. Add this wind cases 90, 180 and 270. After that add some load combinations. Limit state combination selected. Next, validate, design, and then design all static. So you can see the node support defined. So let's go and define some supports here. Model, support, and let's go to the level where it's the easiest to assign the supports. Go to model here, support, and we'll assign supports to all the columns. Sorry. By default it is default taken, but if sometimes this error occurs, you can use this to assign the supports carefully. So now the supports are defined. Now let's go and design all static. Let's see. Now as you can see, the design has been done here. Some members are falsing, some members are failing, so we have to account for that. So let's first go for making the column safe. So let's see what is the size of this column. Check member static. So it's 6 bars of 20 mm, 8 bars of 20 mm. So this is pretty well balanced design which you are having here. And let's see what size we given here, 450 into 250, and let's see, we can do some interpolations. Right click, let's check in the interactive design, that would be easy for us. Let's see. Okay, this fails completely. Okay, it's only this failing in the spacing actually, because the bars which they are using and 20 mm bars, so if they are using 20 mm bars, then they are spacing failing by spacing. So I haven't allowed the 25 mm bars yet. I use the 25 mm bars, then also I use the 32 mm bars, then also 40 mm bars won't be used in this building, then also. Okay, so basically this is used in the failed in the spacing if I use the 20 mm bars. So now definitely I have to increase the size, but before that let me also go to the design settings and make the maximum bar size. I'll not make this 20, I'll make this 32 mm. Click on OK, and this one I'll just go and right click and then go interactive design once again, and this time I'll make this bottom one safe, this because the bottom one is safe, then others will also be safe. This one or two, whatever I can, if I can make this safe, the remaining ones will be safe. So I think I'll just change the size to, let's say, a 450, 500 into 250. Let's see what this makes any difference or not. One, two, three, four, five, six, 12. Okay, let's redesign the structure. Now we have that we have redefined the beams also. Design all static. Now I can go here and just click on this interactive design, or first I'll check the member. 10 bars of 25 mm are failing. I think they are pass, but there is some issue of spacing. Let me see. Okay, they're passing here. So what is the issue? They're passing here. It's all passing. There is no issue at all. 10 bars of 25 mm is passing very easily, comfortably. It should be pass. And what is the case in which it is failing? Check member static. Let's see it once again. Ratio is also good. Why is it failing? Don't know. Okay, there is not an issue, it is passing. So this one, let's see, check member static. 10 bars of 25 mm, this is also passing, I think. Ratio, as you can see, none is above 1, so they are passing. Only by the bar limit check that is failing, so it is all passing here. 10 bars of 25 mm. So I think these bars will pass anyway. This one I think, let me check one more. This one, let me check again. Check member static. Okay, this is also passing, as you can see. Okay, no, this is failing now. This is failing because we is above 1. So this I have to genuinely increase. Now this is a genuine increase thing. So here let me do this as, instead of 450, let me do this as let's say 500. I'll just increase it once And I can even do this as 300 also. 300. And then design member static. Now let's me see. Okay, still it can still be, you know, this in one level it is failing, so we can increase this size. 550, little bit more. Only little bit more required. 600, I think it will final. $1.1, very small amount. Does this change anything? This 650. Now it's pass. This is less than 1, so it's pass. So only this is longitudinal bar limit check it is failing, so I'm not concerned with that. Ratio and all it is passing. So here also, let me see. Tactile design check member static. 10 bars of 25, I think it should. Okay, no, this one we have problem. This one it's 1.531, so okay, we need to. So what is the size which you have given there? Let us do this straight as 600. Now I think it will be better. Yeah, it's better, only little bit. So this was your 650 now. So let me just give this a different dimension as well. 300 into 600. If they're not, then I'll go for 350. Now let's see, 1.22 was the previous result. Okay, now it's pass. 0.72 and 0.403, so it's passing. Bar limit check, longitudinal bar limit check only is failing, so no problem with that. Reinforcement area, it's telling that the reinforcement area is exceeding the clause. So anyway, if you are to satisfy this reinforcement criteria, you need to just increase the size, but the rods are okay. So I'm checking this first, and I hope this one should pass. Why this is failing? There's no way that they should fail. Yeah, this is passing. Yeah, good. This one should also pass. Okay, this is failing 6 parts. No way. This is something. There is something wrong here. Okay, this is because, like, I think there is something wrong here. It's giving a relay chase down. I think another beam is joining here. This beam. Scene content, slab items, turn it off. But does all the movement come from all this? When many secondary beams are here, so that's why. Okay, let's leave this now. What about this? Okay, it's good. ratio is also good. So I'll be done with this design, and I'll do the drawings, and little bit more things need to be done, but the majority of the design problems have been solved, and only apply the foundation and solve the remaining problems. So this is it for this particular model, and we'll come up with more models. And make sure you subscribe to our channel. We'll have many interesting videos in the playlist of this Tekla as well. If you are first coming to our channel, check that out, and you can stay connected with us. Keep learning. Bye bye.